Tell me timeline. Where the stuff has come from the past to current. Back in 1401, Timur, Tamerlan, sacks Damascus and Baghdad, temporary halting Ottoman expansion. On 1402, Timur defeats the Ottoman Sultan Bayezid at the Battle of Ankara. On 1405, Ming Admiral Zengi begins his first of 7 massive naval expeditions across the Indian Ocean. On 1415, King Henry V of England defeats the French at the Battle of Agincourt during the 100 Years' War. On 1420, the Ming dynasty completes construction of the Forbidden City and officially moves the capital to Beijing. On 1431, Joan of Arc is burned at the stake by the English in Rouen, France. On 1438, Pachacuti transforms the Kingdom of Cusco into the expansive Inca Empire in South America. On 1440, Johannes Gutenberg invents the movable type printing press in Germany, revolutionizing global literacy. On 1444, the Ottoman Empire defeats a European coalition at the Battle of Varna, securing Balkan dominance. On 1453, Sultan Mehmed I conquers Constantinople, ending the Byzantine Empire and concluding the 100 Years' War. On 1455, the Wars of the Roses break out in England, pinning the houses of Lancaster and York against each other. On 1467, the Onin War begins in Japan, collapsing central authority and initiating the chaotic Sengoku, warring states, period. On 1471, the Vietnamese Empire of T conquers the Champa Kingdom, altering Southeast Asian geopolitics. On 1480, Ivan I the Great refuses tribute to the Golden Horde, establishing the independence of the Grand Duchy of Moscow. On 1488, Portuguese explorer Bartolomeu Dias rounds the Cape of Good Hope, opening a sea route to the Indian Ocean. On 1492, the Spanish Reconquista ends. With the fall of Granada, Christopher Columbus lands in the Americas, initiating transatlantic contact. On 1494, Spain and Portugal sign the Treaty of Tordesillas, dividing newly discovered global lands outside Europe between them. On 1498, Vasco da Gama reaches Calicut, India, successfully opening the first direct European maritime trade route to Asia. And on 1500, Portugal settles the islands of São Tomé and Príncipe, off the Atlantic coast of Africa. And that's all of the timeline.